Welcome to Profile, Red Apple 21's monthly look at schools in Fairfax County. On this edition, we'll visit Fairview Elementary and see how community involvement plays a key role in many of the school's special programs and activities. You'll learn how volunteer efforts in the library, publishing center, computer lab, and classrooms fill students' days with opportunities for success. You'll see how a partnership with Sovereign Bank yields high returns, and you'll learn about the daily TV program that keeps this busy school informed. See how the combined efforts of the Fairview administrators, staff, students, and community result in an environment alive with energy and filled with opportunities. Next on Profile. Fairview Elementary School, located at 5815 Ox Road in Fairfax Station, is a place where involvement is contagious. Students, teachers, administrators, and parents are involved in many programs and activities that make Fairview a busy and exciting place. Each day at Fairview is filled with activity-rich lessons, opportunities to explore areas of special interest, and instructional programs enhanced by labs and centers.
Life at Fairview can be best described as very, very busy. There is something that is happening here that is either generated by students, teachers, or parents every day of the week, every week of the school year.
The school's environment reflects commitment to an enriching educational experience for every child at Fairview. And because the students number over 900, the staff and administrators welcome the help of dedicated parent and community volunteers.
Mr. Walters and myself, we're great believers in participatory management, and this includes meaningful community input. And we point to the fact that Fairview's fine academic reputation is due in part, of course, to the involvement of parents who back us up with their commitment to educate with their time and resources. Teachers at Fairview and the students and the administrative staff, the support staff as well, take full advantage of the community support. It is wonderful being here.
Fairview's volunteers can be found throughout the school, any time of day, taking part in a variety of activities. Whether they're providing direct assistance in the library, helping out in the publishing center, working in the computer lab, or organizing fairs, special events, and fundraisers, the volunteers work with the staff in a finely tuned team effort that pays off where it matters most, with the children.
At Fairview, we are most fortunate in having a very fine and unique educational climate for our children. And I think this is due to the fact that there has always been a long-standing, warm, smooth, well-functioning relationship between the administration, the staff, the teachers, and the parents. I think Fairview has probably as strong a volunteer program as any school could have. And from our standpoint as volunteers, we feel that the system works so well because the administration and the teachers welcome us and our contribution with enthusiasm and appreciation.
By donating thousands of hours, over 14,000 last year, the volunteers help free teachers from clerical work or other time-consuming tasks, giving them more time to devote to their students. In addition, the effort made by volunteers sends a message to students that parents are interested in what's happening at Fairview, and they want to be involved.
The children always enjoy seeing their parents or grandparents or neighbors if they come to volunteer at the school, and it's fun to be walking down the hall and having a child say, "Hi, Mrs. Ray," and they know you simply because you do come to the school and volunteer. And for your own child to know that you come here, that they see the education is important to you, that you are aware of what's going on in the school because we do come to volunteer.
The volunteers have performed so many valuable services for the school that it would be impossible to cover each project. But as an example of the dedication, consider Fairview on the Hill, a musical history celebrating the school's 90th anniversary, organized and produced by volunteers.
Gosh, Mrs. Collier, I'll bet you heard about the first PTA meeting you planned. Look, you've got to mad there. Do you hear your friend?
Last year was Fairview's 90th birthday, and one of the teachers put an ad in the newsletter requesting that perhaps a parent could come up with a way to celebrate this 90th birthday. And one parent, Mr. Gene Loughran, responded to that and just created a musical production beyond imagination. He wrote, co-scored with the music teachers, directed and produced this play that involved over 500 students. Now, Fairview is a very large school. We had approximately 900 students last year, and he also auditioned each and every one that wanted to be in the play, and whoever wanted to be in was given a spot. It was so large we had to hold it on 2 consecutive nights at Robinson Theater. But we had volunteers help him with every phase of the program, from makeup to helping the stage crew to costumes, just everything that goes into a full-scale production. It was just wonderful. He put in probably over 1,000 hours just by himself, and then thousands more by the volunteers that helped him out. And we'd like to thank him again for that. And this was just a really large event that showcased how well our volunteer program works.
The volunteer program has helped establish a tradition of excellence at Fairview that includes parent involvement in maintaining high academic standards, enriched learning opportunities for all grade levels, and many other special activities that fill a Fairview student's busy day. And to keep everyone informed about the day's activities, the PTA has provided funding for equipment needed to produce a daily school news show called Good Morning Fairview.
Good morning, Fairview. I'm Holly Lunsford.
And I'm Jennifer Langhoff.
Today is January 18th, 1990.
Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Each morning, Fairview students start their day with current news, important announcements, and special reports presented by the Good Morning Fairview news team.
The news team is made up of 6th graders. They interview in the end of their 5th grade year after they've been nominated by their teachers, and we try them out and put together the teams. They started this year, the very first day of school, they went on the air because they came in during the teacher work week and they practiced. That's how dedicated they are to doing this. They are responsible for getting the weather for every day, for making a list of the birthdays each day, and they also are responsible for all the announcements that come through the school. All announcements that need to be made to everybody comes to us, and then the children do the announcing. We also have reporters who go out into the classrooms looking for interesting things going on in the classrooms, which they then bring back to us. So it's totally student-run.
Prior to each broadcast, members of the news teams gather in the library to finalize reports, rehearse their stories, and select material for special segments, like the geography question for the day. Crew members also prepare the set and ready the camera for showtime. The 3 10-member news teams rotate responsibilities each week so that all students involved have the chance to work in every area of the production. Among the positions are the anchor, weathercaster, sportscaster, and reporters for special stories and announcements.
Attention all SCA officers, committee chairmen, and room representatives. There will be an SCA council meeting at 2 o'clock today in the auditorium. Please be prompt. Also, SCA officers, meet with Ms. Ball and Mrs. Burns in Ms. Ball's room today at 12:30. Thank you.
Students also invite special guests to their studio for live interviews.
Did you play an instrument?
When I was little?
Yeah.
Yes, I studied piano. I took piano for 10 years.
What kind of musician activities do you participate in at school?
At school? When I was in school.
Yeah.
When I was in school, I used
In addition to keeping the school informed, the morning newscast is also a way to bring the entire school together to celebrate special events.
Today we have a very special birthday, and would you please join us in saying happy birthday to Mr. Walters?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Walter. Happy birthday to you.
Good Morning Fairview has been a major means of communication for the school's daily announcements, and in addition has provided interesting hands-on experience for the news teams. The students are proud to be a part of this program, and even though they may kid each other a little bit during playback, each student feels that they are contributing to an important cause by presenting their classmates with the latest news and information from around the school.
This is Channel 6 News wishing you to have a good day.
When the news team signs off, another busy day at Fairview begins. The crew puts the video equipment away and the studio turns back into the library. Right away, students begin coming to the library to read, research, and check out and return books.
Did you bring some books back today? Okay.
As in other areas of the school, volunteers are very important in keeping the library operations running smoothly.
They are pretty much in charge of circulation when they're here. They take over the desk, they do all the checking in of books and all the checking out of books. They shelve thousands of books in a week. We have approximately 2,000 books circulating out of this library every week, and the volunteers are the people who get them all back on the shelves. They also read the shelves, which means they go through the shelves and make sure everything is where it belongs, so when the children are in, they can find it.
While covering the circulation desk, the volunteers use a computer and software package purchased by the PTA to keep track of the books. This automated circulation system keeps accurate records and also saves many hours of filing and other clerical tasks. The combination of the automated system and the dedicated volunteers gives the librarian much-needed time to assist teachers and students with programs such as the new Integrated Language Arts curriculum. This new program, which has students reading and writing in all areas of the curriculum, has naturally increased activity in the library, and in addition, has generated quite a lot of business in the school's publishing center.
Okay, boys and girls, I want you all to sign in here. Okay, sign your names.
The publishing center serves as a vital component of the writing process at Fairview. Equipped with all the materials needed to publish children's original works, the center is a place where students are treated as authors. Working with the young authors are parent volunteers who operate the publishing center under the direction of an instructional assistant. The volunteers are on hand 5 days a week to help with the publishing process.
They assist the child in picking out their cover, the construction paper, the cutting out if they need to have help with that. Then they'll sit down and do an author page with them, and after that's done, while the children are working on their covers, they type up the stories. Sometimes the story will be finished while the child is here, sometimes it'll be finished after they've left, and we'll return it to the teacher.
The student authors are proud of their work selected for publishing and take great pride in sharing their stories with the parent volunteers.
You want to read this?
Sure. On October 27th, 1989.
I think it's always exciting when they can bring home a book that they have published that day and show it to their parents and grandparents, and it's something that they have actually written and created themselves.
Last year, 1,500 books were produced in the center, and because of the publishing incentive, students are working harder on their stories. The result? A higher quality of work and a greater interest in writing.
Oh, definitely. In many of the classrooms, I think it was a treat and was an honor to come to the publishing center. And as a result, the children would try harder to produce stories that were worthy of being published. And I know just from watching my children, when they're asked to write an assignment, no matter whether it be creative or a report or something that they need to write for school, they don't hesitate. I think they jump right in, and writing is not a chore to them because they've had it from kindergarten straight through all their elementary education, and writing is now a part of them. It's not a medicine or something I can't do. It's like writing your name.
Creating an environment that makes children excited about learning is a priority at Fairview. And while the Publishing Center helps promote an interest in writing, the second grade school store has students excited about the math lessons that prepare them for the world of commerce.
How much is the popcorn? 25 cents. Thank you.
All right, but when we first started, we practiced counting change, making the children get $1, and everything at the stores cost a quarter, so they have to know the increments of $1 and the change giving back. We talk a lot about making choices. There are 6 things they can buy out here, but they only have money enough for 4, so they have to make choices. The parents donate a lot of the supplies, like the used books, the baked goods, the popcorn, and the drinks and things. That's basically how we get started.
While parent volunteers contribute to the project by building the structure and providing the merchandise for the stores, another group of volunteers serve as the financial advisors, and rightly so. They're employees of Sovereign Bank, who volunteer their time through a school adoption program between Sovereign and Fairview. The partnership was formed in 1987 and was the county's first business-school partnership at the elementary level. The relationship has been so successful that a team from Fairview and Sovereign has been invited to share their success nationally.
Well, we are very fortunate to have Sovereign Bank as our school partner, and we have been selected to be presenters at the National Volunteer Convention in Dallas, Texas in February. And our goal going there is to help other schools to set up a partnership, much as we have.
Sovereign employees assist in a number of programs. The school store is only one example. And as in other programs, Fairview students feel very special that volunteers have taken the time to get involved at their school. Sovereign employees are also very positive about the relationship.
Well, it gives us a wonderful feeling, really, because these children are our future employees in all of our businesses. And if they get a good foundation today, we realize that all of us are going to benefit in the future.
Learning from the real money experts, these second graders are very excited about their introduction to counting and spending money.
They're very excited about it, and they're very involved. We start out with everyone has 4 quarters. And then as we progress through the year, the children can get their dollar's worth of change in whatever denominations they want. And so some are ready now to spend 2 dimes and a nickel or any other combination.
Greg, what coins would you like for your dollar? Nickels. How many nickels?
20.
20 nickels?
Students gain valuable skills through the school store project, and the colorful and exciting environment provided by parents and volunteers from Sovereign makes the experience even more realistic and enjoyable. Students at Fairview see many benefits as the result of the strong volunteer program. 3rd and 4th graders are able to spend time each week in a computer lab because volunteers sign up to assist and monitor lab activities.
Now, what's that going to do if he's turned that way?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You might want to turn him back the other way.
How?
This computer lab was created when 3rd and 4th grade classes pooled computers purchased by the PTA.
Last year, we were able to obtain more Apple computers, which freed the Atari computers that we had for additional use. And so the 3rd and 4th grade teams decided that if it was possible to gather parent volunteers to staff a small lab, we would be able to use the Atari computers to fulfill the program of studies objectives for computer literacy and Atari logo, or just logo programming. We got together at the in January of '89 and decided what we wanted, how we wanted it to run, and what we wanted to happen. And then we had some meetings with parents and set up some scheduling, and we put together the lessons that would be self-directing. The parents would be more monitoring rather than teaching, so the students could work on logo in a lab setting and fulfill their program of studies objectives in that.
Okay, do you understand the angles in a square? Okay, what's the secret of a square? All the sides?
All the sides are the same.
Are the same. So all your forward numbers are going to be the same, right? If your sides are the same. And there's only one other thing to remember when you're doing a square, and what's that? What's the angle? The corner of the square. You know what I mean by an angle? Okay, this is the corner of the square. Okay, to make your turtle turn, to make the correct angle, it's always a 90-degree angle. So that's your secret.
Okay, so I should put like
These students are gaining valuable hands-on experience in the 3rd, 4th grade computer lab. Students are excited about the opportunity to learn logo and look forward to each visit to the lab. Thanks to the efforts of the volunteers who staff the lab, students are able to get one more element of enrichment into their day. The volunteer effort at Fairview provides enrichment in many other areas of the curriculum as well. In the art program, volunteers assist the art teacher, as well as classroom teachers, in specially planned activities. The general art education program follows a program of studies with specific goals and objectives for each grade level, and at the same time, integrates the lessons into current units of study in areas such as math, science, and social studies.
Presently, the 6th grade is studying the medieval period, so they were constructing castles. Last art project, they studied the Roman and Greek era of time, and they made the Greek vases and mosaics, and before that we did Egyptian art, paintings, and Egyptian heads.
Some of the art projects require more adult supervision, so parent volunteers assist the art teacher when these activities take place.
Many times in classroom I need an extra pair of hands, and the classroom teacher will arrange for one of the mothers to come and assist me and assist the students in making an art project, especially projects like stitchery and paper mache. A second or a third individual is always needed to assist the kids.
In addition to the formal art instruction, Fairview students also take part in art activities coordinated by the classroom teacher and volunteers. These activities are part of a program called Discover Art.
In the Discover Art program, these books were given to the school by the PTA, for which volunteers can come into the classroom and give specific art lessons. For example, the art lesson that we were talking about today had to do with warm and cool colors. So a teacher may want to give that theory to their class, and rather than them doing it or the art teacher doing it, an art aide, a volunteer, will come into the classroom with this lesson in mind and present this lesson to the class. In these books are the ideas that we'll use, the materials that are needed, and they're readily available in the library so the volunteers can come in and preview that lesson and prepare for it before they give it to the students in the particular classes. That's a good start. Let's think about our feelings. When do we feel warm? What do you think of when you think of warm? Does anyone have an idea what they think of?
sun.
Very good. And what color is the sun? Yellow. Yellow. What other colors do you think of? Like a sunset. And that gives you a real warm feeling, doesn't it? Now let's think about cold. What might you think is cold? Think of a color that would give you a cool feeling.
The art program gives students the chance to be creative in an activity that enhances traditional classroom lessons. Students are very proud of their work and have been given areas throughout the school to display their creations.
Well, first of all, it makes the school very colorful to begin with, but I think just seeing their artwork displayed, it gives them a good feeling. I know with my own children, they think they may not be too talented and too artistic, but when they see their artwork displayed and where everyone else can view it, it makes them feel good. I think it gives them just something a little bit for their confidence.
Building children's confidence, supporting the instructional program, and providing all the necessary components of a well-rounded education are the priorities for staff, administrators, community, and parent volunteers at Fairview Elementary. The cooperation between these groups has led to wonderful opportunities for students. And through these opportunities, students' lives are being touched and enriched. There's no secret to the success at Fairview, just a genuine concern for the children and the willingness to work together in their best interests.
The togetherness that we all enjoy and practice comes immediately to mind. There's not a situation that can come up in which we can't sit down as a parent group or as a professional group and work through it and come up with some kind of logical and palatable answer to any problem that we might have.
Well, I think we're all here because we want to be here, not because we have to be here. And I think, speaking for myself, that if you can give a little of yourself to make your children's school better, then it's all worthwhile.